6, 2010. Once again, we're at the American Legion Post 1619 in West Plattsburgh, New York for the Winterfest 2010. Here's the sign out by the road. Winterfest 2010, February 5th, 6th, and 7th. I missed the fish fry last night, and I'm sorry about that. But I am here 20 minutes before 10 for the opening ceremony. There will be lots more people than you see here right now. There's a wonderful rink down below. There's a sliding hill. If you've ever been to West Plattsburgh, you know that the dam has been restored to its original beauty as I walk over toward this dam. Thanks to the hard work by some of the members of this terrific Post 1619 in West Plattsburgh. As you know, in Hometown Cable, we spend a lot of time favoring the veterans organizations here in the North Country because we think they do so well now, and we pay them tribute every chance we get for the sacrifices they have made. We've got curling ice, we've got broomball rinks, we've got hockey rinks, and we have a rope tow that will be in operation all day today. There'll be horse rides, there's a sculpture, there'll be contests and raffles, there'll be a $1 menu inside. There'll be fun for everybody. We expect some dignitaries here in a few minutes to help kick off the Winterfest, even though it began last night with a fish fry. This is an anticipation of a great winter. As you know, it wasn't very long ago when Patty Jeanette called me and said, "Gordy, can you come back in 2010? I said, "I'll be there." "Patty, it's 52 degrees outside. Are we going to have any snow?" Well, we certainly have cold weather. It dawned at 6 degrees at my house this morning. It's 7 or 8 now as I'm walking toward the ball fields here in West Plattsburgh. They were able to, thanks to a lot of volunteer work, they were able to truck in like 12 truckloads of snow for today, and that's a good thing. There'll be activities inside and outside all day long. There's a very brisk wind now. So I hope the people who are coming here today and tomorrow will dress warmly because that chill factor could be far below zero. But guess what, folks? It's a lot better than it used to be. Huh? And it's a lot better than it is down south because they've got a tremendous storm right now down around the Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, Philadelphia area. And look at this. Very nice ice sculpture here, huh? And the sign, which you can easily read right out front of the ice sculpture itself. The tank is here. This was a private residence many years ago, and my wife Kay spent a lot of time in West Plattsburgh. Her relatives, the Vaughns, lived across the corner on the Vaughan Road. I told you we have a rope tow here today. And very soon, this place will be hopping. I'm just going to walk over and show you what it looks like right now. There's snow on the hill. The kids will have fun. The rinks are all lined out. And there'll be music all day today and tomorrow, inside and outside throughout the festivities. And we're pleased, of course, to come here to see our friends who've done so much for the North Country. We've accompanied them to Crab Island during the Battle of Plattsburgh commemorations every year for a long, long time, and have enjoyed that as well. Generally, this is the place where the opening ceremonies will take place with some dignitaries, and it should be a great time. They're getting ready for it now. Well, guess what? We're inside where it's warm and toasty. John Rock, how are you?
Good, Gordy. How are you? It's good seeing you again.
Great. Isn't this exciting?
It is. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and more exciting. And you know, the program is becoming a success. Last year we were able to give $3,000 to the home heating assistance program to the county.
No kidding.
Yep. And this year, I would assume that we will raise a little bit more money than that, just by going on who was here.
I'm delighted with the publicity this year, from the television stations to the radio to the newspaper. And if we get even 10 more people than we had last year, it'll be pretty great, won't it, John?
Oh yes, and we're expecting more than 10 more this year. And it's such a great thrill to be working with the community and everybody around the community. It's just a great thrill just to be involved in something like this.
We don't have 2 feet of snow on the ground, but
no, thank God.
boy, they got it down south of us, didn't they?
Yes. And God shined the light on us today, because we don't have to plow, we don't have to clean parking lots. Everything is great.
Well, we got some nice snow on the hill.
We hauled in snow on the hill, and we blew it on the hill with tractors and blowers.
Did you really?
So the kids would have enough snow so they wouldn't have injuries and stuff.
And we got the rope tow again.
And we got the rope tow again, and the ice rinks are all cleared on the pond. We're going to have hockey and broom ball and curling. And we brought stones from Minnesota, so we have the real curling stones this year.
Oh, no kidding!
Yes.
Are you going to curl down on the bottom of the hill or out back like last year?
Our rink out back, unfortunately, with the warm weather, it kind of did it in. So yes, we will be curling on the pond.
Well, at least it got cool enough, John, so the ice froze good for hockey and for broom ball and for curling.
There's over 14 inches of ice on the pond, so we don't have to worry about anybody going through.
Who's the commander of this post now?
My brother, Mike Rockets.
I should have known that. Well, we got a few dignitaries here. We got opening ceremonies in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yes.
Isn't it nice to have a little community like this come together for an activity like this?
It is, and it's so nice to give to the kids. The kids nowadays, they don't have places to go and slide on the hill and participate in outdoor activities the way we used to, because that's all we had back when we were kids. And they love it. The kids just love it. We have our dollar menus up here on the wall for the kids.
Oh, I forgot that. Music, dollar menus, all kinds of food.
Yes.
Inside, outside, horse and wagon, sleigh rides.
Food, beverage, and drinks we have for everybody, all ages, all walks of life.
John, what's going on at Crab Island these days?
Well, in Crab Island, we are in the process right now of maintaining another monument with the British names on it over there. Mr. Roy Wellington and his wife Joanne are going to buy the monument, and we're going to put it over there, so that this year we'll have an unveiling of the British names on the island.
You know, I read somewhere that all of the proceeds from this goes to various activities around the community, right? Veterans organizations and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, and we if we need money for Crab Island, we'll use it for that too. So
people are very good about donating time. A lot of volunteer effort to put this together, John.
All volunteers, and we have Upward Bound program working with us, kids from the college, and our members and the Sons Auxiliary and regular Legion members. Everybody works together on this program up here. That's what makes it successful.
How was the fish fry last night?
We sold right out of perch. We sold.
Did you really?
200 pounds of perch we sold.
No.
Yes. we went through. We had no more. By 8:30 we were cleaned out.
Now, did you have a dance too?
Yes, we had a band here last night, and it was a huge success last night.
Did you crown a king and queen for the weekend?
Yes, but unfortunately I was gone by then.
Oh, you were? Well, somebody here will be able to tell us who they are, right?
Yes. I don't even know if they did get to that part of it last night. There was such a crowd in here, you couldn't even...
No kidding. That's a good thing,
you know. Yes, it was. It was wall-to-wall people. You couldn't even budge in here. So.
You know, John, several years ago, this was just a germ of an idea that somebody wrote on a napkin or something, and somebody started talking about it. And
we were all sitting around at one of these tables, and this is, well, let's get a Winterfest going, and like jokingly, and this was in like September or October, you know, when the weather was still fairly warm, and so a Winterfest. Well, and then it just kept thinking about it, and then here we are today.
You know, there are Winterfests and winter carnivals all over. The most famous around here is the one in Saranac Lake. We're doing this on the 6th of February 2010. They started their festivities. I'll be up there to put their parade right on the end of your show, but guess who's first?
Yeah.
You got it right here, John.
Well, thank you very much, Gordy.
Their theme is Adirondack Cowboys, and that'll be a lot of fun, too.
Yep. Our theme is basically helping the veterans.
You got that, John. Thanks so much.
Thank you,
You're a good
Gordy.
friend and a good buddy, and you've done a lot of good in the community. I'm just going to show around a little bit inside here. Bernie Bassett is here. Janet Dupree is here. Gus Rosendale from Channel 5, and of course Dave Mayette is here. And Patty's here too. Don't interview me, whatever you do, Patty said when she called me on the telephone. They've done a great job with the sculpture outside. They've done a great job with all of the events here. These things are so absolutely important. Special tribute to our veterans. There's the big sign inside. Haven't they done a magnificent job here at the Legion? The reenactors are here. Don't forget that. Rappers will be here all weekend long. I can't tell you how many activities I have visited here over the years. All kinds of activities. Don't forget that they serve all kinds of stuff here on a regular basis. If you're not a member of a veterans organization in town, be it a Legion, wherever you live, or Veterans of Foreign Wars, or whatever it might be, get involved. It's a great way to give back to the community and to be celebrated for what you do.
She has a camera.
Well, we're outside again, just to let you know that the Boy Scouts of America Troop 66 have an encampment here this weekend, that our dear friends will be here with horse and wagon rides. Melissa and George, Country Dreams Farms. There's Melissa's telephone number right on there, and inside right here where the backdrop is, and the tarmac, you'll see the tent for the Boy Scouts. Of course, a lot of people have been here many times at the Legion in West Plattsburgh for slow pitch softball games. I have to admit that I've been involved in many of those in the old days. Charlie McGee, who goes to our church at St. Alexander's in Morrisonville, with McGee's and old Plattsburgh Aces, and a lot of wonderful people playing ball up here in West Plattsburgh. Spent a lot of good times here. In those days, I lived right across the road. As a matter of fact, right over that way. Before Kay and I got together, and we've been together for a mighty long time. I have to say that I am just thrilled and delighted with this statue. John Rock tells me somebody from the college came down here and put it together. The detail is just terrific. I hope it doesn't melt too quickly, and shouldn't, because the temperatures here this weekend are quite cold. I would imagine it's less than 10 degrees. Our opening ceremonies, I hear the public address announcer saying the opening ceremonies will begin soon, and hometown cable cameras will be there to capture it all. By the way, I'm Gordy Little, in case you're watching this on the internet, Plattsburgh.com or HometownCableNetwork.com. Calvin is elsewhere this weekend, and I chose to take my little camcorder up here to record this event, and we'll attach the Winter Carnival with the theme Adirondack Cowboys for the 113th parade next weekend. So stay tuned, America. Of course, you got to have the chipmunk here too. You know, you got to have Chip. You got to have the color guard, the reenactors, and all of our friends who do such a great job in preserving history here in the North Country. We have brilliant sunshine. I said it live what the real temperature is, and we walked inside in our glasses, and the video camera itself were kind of fogged up when we started inside, but by golly, we're going to capture this entire event, and the opening ceremonies should begin here in just a few moments. All right, we can hear you, Gus.
Well, welcome everybody to Winterfest. We're going to do the opening ceremonies here and then get going with everything else. But before we do, we got to thank a lot of people to make this happen. We're not going to thank Tom Messner. Because you wanted to ship in snow for this, and that's just some of the hard work that you've all been doing, I know. A lot of volunteers from all over. There were the Upward Bound students from Plattsburgh State, the Boy Scouts, Troop 66, they've been helping out with the encampment, and we especially want to thank Henry LaFountain from Henry Pools, and he volunteers year-round, and I know he's played a big part in making today happen. So let's have a round for everybody who's worked so hard to make this weekend
Clapping's a little different with having gloves on, isn't it?
Also a great event because it helps out veterans. I know especially this year it's going to help veterans stay warm with the heating fund there. I think Steve Bowman might want to talk a little bit about that.
Welcome everybody. This is going to be looks like a real nice weekend for what we're doing here today with the Winterfest. But the funds that's raised here will help veterans in our Veterans Assistance Fund. And when we think about that, what we're talking about with the Assistance Fund is we help vets with heat, keep their electricity on, we help them pay their mortgage if they fall behind. And with the economic times that we have now, that's very, very needed and very helpful for these people. So as we all know that jobs are hard to find and hard to come by, so the money raised here will help those vets be able to stay in their home. And that's the important thing. And that's where we're hoping that fundraisers like this can continue to operate, because it really helps out the vets in the long run.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. I was talking to Bernie Bassett just before. We're going to have something like 3,000 people probably come through here this weekend. It is a big event for the entire community. I think Bernie's going to talk a bit about that, and there's all the effort.
Thank you very much. And that sounded like Elvis. Thank you very much. One of the most important things, of course, has to go to post 1619. And I've often mentioned within our community in the town of Plattsburgh, the North Country, our legions are such an incredibly valuable resource for community contributors, helping in so many ways, providing halls for events, supporting needs within the community, raising funds, a place to go, a place to find friends. And for you all, again this year, I take my hat off to you, but I freeze my ears. We really do appreciate you doing this, making lemonade out of lemons. So many times, so easy to just curl up on a winter day and wait for spring to come, but you don't do that. You give us a reason to get outside. You give a reason for our young people to be outside, be exercising. We're always concerned about health, wellness, childhood obesity, and it's duplicating things like this. And I know nobody would ever know by looking at you all because you enjoy so much what you do. You're so dedicated, but it's a lot of work. And personally, from the town of Plattsburgh, we thank you, and I wish you the absolute best for an outstanding weekend. And just keep getting it bigger and better every year. And again, snow, no snow, who cares? You're going to make it work. We did. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Assemblywoman Janet DeBree can say a few words. She's not wearing a hat. That's pretty good.
Thanks, Gus. It's great to be here. We can't say it enough. On a day like this, we certainly understand how important it is to be raising money for a fuel fund for our veterans. And as year-round, this Legion, I think, is as much, if not more than any in the North Country. Step to the plate, do fundraisers for so many various groups. And today, whether it's a great softball, baseball game here in the summer with a group of kids, or this event, what a great family event. We have a tendency to hunker in the winter and forget about getting our kids and our families together to come out and enjoy the brisk outdoors. So thanks to the veterans, thanks to the Legion, and everybody enjoy the weekend. Brisk.
All right.
Brisk it is.
We've got some music for you now. Ron Wood's going to sing a hodgepodge, he says.
Oh, no, I thought I was to do the national anthem.
And the national anthem.
I think probably Bill Owens is snowed in.
Oh, I should also mention, Congressman Owens didn't want to be here, but right now he's got 3 feet of snow in Washington, D.C. So he's going to be there until the spring. And now we've got some music, the national anthem.
I would like to invite everyone to sing along with me so that we continue to keep warm. And I think a little later, a few minutes later, I'm going to see if the ukulele can stand this cold weather, and I'll come out and do a hodgepodge of songs for you. If it's all right with you, I'd like to leave my hat on. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Help me.
Very, very difficult, I'll tell you that.
We're just about to get going here. I know the Craig Russell and the 1812 reenactors are going to fire a cannon, and when you hear that cannon go off, the games are underway, and so's the drinking. So let's get ready here.
Let's get ready to hold our ears. I feel sorry for Ron. It's hard enough to talk in this frigid cold weather. We have a chill factor well below zero now. There's going to be fire in the hold. You can count on that.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
You got it. The reenactors are going to touch it off. And there we go, folks.
Let the games
In a flurry of smoke. Isn't that great? I love it. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Nice to see your old girl. The old girl's fired off.
Hey, Josh. Chat with me for a minute. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Is the scarf warm?
A little bit.
You have the rosy cheeks here.
I got these modern earplugs so I can hear you better, Gordy.
What's going on with your reenactment group and the War of 1812?
Which one?
All of them.
Well, there's always stuff going on. One of the things nice about now is we're looking forward to the bicentennial.
Oh boy, isn't that going to be unbelievable?
Well, the bicentennials are going to be the chance to get things done that need to get done.
It's
Hopefully
closer.
they'll,
It's closer than it was when we first started talking about it years ago. But you're really into the reenacting thing. I stopped to see Christina at the museum a couple of days ago, and we're very proud of what you've done over there.
Well, everything that involves me reenacting, you owe to this fellow over here in the brown coat.
Yeah,
Craig
we
Russell.
know, Craig. Let's turn around a little bit and say hi to Craig.
Hi, Gordy. You remember the days before we actually got into the ceremony? We were at the Kent Delord House.
How well I remember.
There was about a half dozen to 8 or 9, 10 people, and it caught the community by storm. And
Yeah.
we've got what we got today.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh, it's great.
People all around the North Country
It's
are
great.
becoming more and more interested in history.
It's
I went to a chiropractor, a friend of mine, the other day, and his son was studying local history and national, international history in high school, and he was trying to impart some of that wonderful information, and I was just thrilled to talk about local history as I am every chance we get. It's wonderful, isn't it?
it's great. We have such a great area. You could go as far back militarily to the Battle of Alcourt in 1776, and but Plattsburgh, the Battle of Plattsburgh, as significant as it is, we just have to keep on crying in the wilderness to get ourselves recognized nationally.
Isn't it? And we
getting there.
must do that. We have a campus of 3 museums on the former Plattsburgh Air Force Base these days. We're delighted to have that.
Yeah, but we have these young reenactor Andre Grotto.
Andre, how are you?
He's
Good to see you. Your ears are frozen solid. Those earplugs aren't going to help your ears a bit, Craig. You guys got to get out of the cold.
we're gonna go in for a while.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful day. The dogs are here. The kids are here. We got a little boom ball going down there, as you can see, at the base of the hill. We're lucky to have this place situated right on a hill. Wait a minute, are we going to take a ride? Are you going down? I want to see you go. Can I see you go? Okay, take off and we'll watch you. And hold on real tight, okay? Promise? Okay, here we go, down the hill. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Look at this, sideways, backwards, upside down. Beautiful. We have an awful fur man walking around here. Somebody set a trap. An awful fur man. Oh, it's going to be an awful lot of fun. There'll be some curling here, and some broom ball, and some hockey. And by the way, the lady cards, nationally ranked lady cards, who are having a fantastic year again this year, will be here, and people can skate with the cards on Sunday, tomorrow. This is just a good time for everybody at the American Legion Post 1619 right here in West Plattsburgh. I took a little walk outside the back of the American Legion Post 1619 in West Plattsburgh so you can get an idea how extensive these facilities have become over the years. They've just done a magnificent job in expanding and enriching this area for young kids and older kids, and that's the Legion itself, rebuilt from a house that was here for so many years as a historic landmark here in the North Country. These are some of the backfields, facilities, bleachers. They used to do the curling out here, but it was hard to get ice this year, as you might imagine, because of warm weather. It wasn't very long ago when we here in Clinton County had temperatures in the 50s and broke all-time warm records for January. But here we are on February 6th, 2010, and believe me, it's cold enough to make up for all of that. So I hope the people who attend the Winterfest here are very, very warm in layers, because that's what it takes to stay warm in this kind of weather in the North Country. Now I walk out in front of the American Legion closer to the road. This is the wagon for my good friends Melissa and George at Country Dreams Farm that will be taking passengers. Those people who are familiar with our little corner and who have followed us through the years know we've done several programs there. And that was the seat that Melissa was on and I was on, and Calvin was on the back probably of this very wagon, telling us how Pete and Pat were the gentlest horses in the world, would never cause any problem for anybody. But little did we know that when we were going through a garden gate, or a gate from one field from the lane into another field, that Calvin was back here standing up with his camera going. The horses heard a terrible report, a loud bang as we went through the gate, and they took off and ran and ran and ran. And Melissa, with her gentle way with horses, talked them down, got them to stop. We were okay, and we looked back, and Calvin is on his back. Fortunately, he was uninjured. He kept the camera rolling, and that was, as far as I'm concerned, that should have been on YouTube. That was one of the highlights of our little corner down through the years. It was a blown tire. Actually, a tire ran over something on the way through the gate and blew the tire we thought we were being shot at. Again, our sincere congratulations to all the members, guests, and friends at the Fountain Brothers Post 1619 here in West Plattsburgh for starting another very successful Winterfest for 2010. I know it'll be great today as lots and lots of people come from far and wide to enjoy the food, the music, the camaraderie, the sports, and just a lot of fun. So next after this, we'll be up in Saranac Lake a week later to record for you, Lord willing, and if the creek doesn't freeze over too hard, the Winter Carnival Parade. You'll see a nice palace that they were worried about for a while, but now have built quite beautifully. You'll see the parade, the 113th parade, the theme of which this year is American Cowboys, and we're excited about all of that. Again, thank you all for watching our little corner